Hello, church family. It was so exciting to be able to come together at church on Sunday morning and be in the sanctuary with some of you. We are grateful that things are changing that are allowing us to come together as a church family on Sunday mornings and on Sunday evenings. But we are also cognizant that not everybody is in a position right now to come back to church. So we celebrate that God has given us technology where we can continue to worship with you and be connected to you through our Sunday morning live worship services and through our daily word of encouragement. Going forward, we will have our daily word of encouragement on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, as I was thinking about what to share today, the story that Dan referred to a couple of weeks ago, found in John 15, where Jesus is using the illustration of gardening to teach us about how the Lord is our master gardener and often will prune us to bear more fruit, came to mind. We read in verses 1 and 2 where Jesus says of himself, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away, and every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes that it may bear more fruit." Well, I so appreciate that right now many of us may feel like we are in a season of pruning. I have felt that way personally. I felt that way for the church and for our nation. And again, to me, pruning can often seem counterintuitive. It may appear drastic and even harsh to cut off perfectly good branches that seem viable. Yet I appreciate how God uses his very own creation as an illustration to help drive home the spiritual truth of the benefit of pruning us spiritually. 7 years ago, I planted a row of small lilac bushes on the corner of my property with this grand vision that they would get really big, and every spring as my neighbors would walk by that corner to go get their mail, that they would be blessed with the fragrance of these plants as they grew and produced lilacs. Well, it's been 7 years, and much to my chagrin, these plants are still pretty small. They really don't produce a whole lot of flowers nor a lot of fragrance, with the exception of one. Well, it just so happens that the biggest plant and the most fragrant and the most productive plant is the one that my neighbor, who does the common landscaping in the neighborhood, mowed over that first year when I planted it. Well, when I saw that he had mowed it all the way down to the ground, I have to admit that I was discouraged. I wasn't upset, but I was disappointed that I lost one of my brand new plants. Well, guess what? I didn't lose it. It is now the biggest and the most productive. And every time I look at that row of lilacs, God teaches me and reminds me of the truth of the benefits of pruning. If you feel like me that you are personally in a season of pruning right now, and you may be feeling discouraged or even undone by that, I want to encourage you with the story of my lilacs, that God has not done this to discourage you or to harm you or to hurt you, but he's doing it so that you will, in the end, bear more fruit, be more productive, and more fragrant for his sake and for the sake of those looking on. So be encouraged. God is always at work, even in the pruning. God bless you, church family.